How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? It's Frank here with another DIY. Today we are working on a 2011 Golf 6R, which is having issues with the cooling fan for the AC condenser. So I will go ahead and show you how you can replace it and diagnose it. Cheers. Okay, so for the diagnosis I will be using VCDS, which I will have to connect my dongle to the card. So on VCDS there is a testing feature that you can use actually to connect to the fans module, and you can you can run a test, which by doing this test you should be able to see your fan turning. So let's go ahead. Okay, ignition on. My VCDS is out of date. So after connecting to the VCDS, you go to the engine section and you go to the output tests, and you can select here the fan one control circuit, and you hit the start. It will start doing the fan cycle. Now I can hear that the fan started, so both fans should be running. So let's go to the bonnet and see what's happening on this car. Okay. So as you saw on this particular vehicle, the AC condenser fan isn't working. So actually what was happening during hot days when he was driving this car, when it turns on the AC, well, at the moment that you start up the car, it's working fine, but after a while it stopped cooling, like to the heaviest cooling. So we ended up seeing, as you saw on the video after the test, the AC condenser fan isn't working, so the AC isn't getting cooled as it should. So now we will go ahead, remove the AC fan shroud and replace that fan. Yes, so to start removing, you can see that you have one bolt here, you have another one here, and also on the bottom you have one here, and it goes the same to the other side. So those are the 4 bolts, and you have to remove the clamps, I mean the connections. And the connections, as you can see, is secured by this tab. You just have to undo the tab, and then you can easily remove it from the bottom. So we managed to remove the fans. As you can see here, this is the fan shroud, which is held by those 2 fans. So this is the fan module, and this smaller fan attaches to the fan module, and you have this connection that go to that switch that I showed you up. So the next step that we are going to do is to disassemble this fan, and then I want to just make sure that this is something actually that's not related to the fan with the fan module, is the fan itself. So I will try to remove this one and test it out with a battery to make sure that it's working. So if not, I will go ahead and buy a new one to replace. So to remove it, you just have those 3 bolts, just undo them, and of course remove the clamp you'll be good to go. So yeah, now I want to test the fan on my backy. As you can see, I just wired up the ground to the ground side, and then I will just shunt the positive side to see if it will spin. Just a basic test. So just to show you guys, definitely this fan is dead. As you can see, we're connecting to the positive side and no signal of the fan. So the next step will be to buy the fan. We managed to find out the other fan. The only particular difference that you have, if you look up here on this original connector and on this one, you have this tab that we will go ahead and trim. Otherwise they are just the same, because I think this one is from the MT5 GTI, while this is a Golf 6R, as you can see right there. So let me just trim it, bolt it up. I will put back on the car and do the test again to show you guys how it should be working normally. Okay, so everything is bolted up, all the bolts are back together. As you can see, the switch is connected down there. So now we have to open our VCDS and test it up.
ETC カードを入れてください。
Okay, let's check. Oh yeah, now the both fans are running. Believe you so that the both are turning. So now let's put back the cover and start it up. Okay, so we are on the street in order to test out the car, because previously when the engine was hot, the AC stopped to cool the AC. So the fans are now working as I showed you, but it's important just to make sure and give it the proper run in order to make sure if all the heating issues are gone. Maybe I'm going just to do a U-turn around here. The car and the temperature raised and everything raised, and as you can see I mean, you can even see it but I'm feeling here for you guys and the AC is blowing ice cold. And if we try to check here, you are able to see that both fans are turning. So that's awesome. So that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys saw, we managed to fix out the issue. So one of the tips that I will left to you guys, if you own one of those vehicles, once you start hearing that your fans are spinning heavily, is one of the signs that only one fan is working, because when you only have the big one working, it runs with more speed in order to drop down the temperatures. So that could be one of the signs to it. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, do not forget to leave your like, share it, and read with your friends. See you next time.